The wife of the late former ANC provincial secretary in the Western Cape, Songezo Mjongile, has launched a foundation and hopes to capture the legacy of the politician. Songezo Mjongile died in 2020 from colon cancer. The foundation seeks to create more awareness around colon cancer, particularly elevating awareness in disadvantaged communities. The official launch will happen on the 23rd of November in Johannesburg. Humile Mjongile, founder and spokesperson of the Songezo Mjongile Foundation, will join us in a moment. As soon as we do that, we will come back to that story. In the meantime, you're watching Newsfeed, the AM edition, with you until 12 midday. Let's take a look at some of those stories come up. In fact, we now have her on the line. Humile, we'd lost you there for a minute. Thank you for speaking to us. It's been a year since you lost your husband, or thereabouts, and befittingly, you've launched this foundation to honor his legacy, if you will. Walk us through what's gone into creating or building this legacy.
Thank you, Hugo. You're correct. It's been a year since I would have lost my husband, Songezo Mjongile, and we thought it would be imperative for us to launch a foundation in his name. As you will know, that he was a public figure, but also that he would have suffered from colon cancer and passed on from it. His illness was very short, and the minute that he actually told everyone that should have been in August last year about his illness, he reiterated so many times that it's important for youth people or young people to go and test. So in order to honor his legacy, we thought it would be appropriate for us to have a foundation for him in order to create awareness for the foundation, but also for people to also continue to remember him.
So what is the mandate of the foundation? Does it speak primarily to issues of colon cancer, the awareness around it, or do you target other cancers as well?
We can be targeted. The mission of the foundation actually is to create awareness across all sorts of cancers, including colon cancer. So we're mainly targeting the awareness of young people in order for them to go and test, because we've seen an increase in the increase in cancer within the youth in our country. So the foundation is mainly about creating an awareness, also lifestyle changes in terms of how we can be able to combat cancer, as well as educating people about cancer, that it is a disease that is there, but it's important for us to talk about it, educate ourselves so that we're able to decrease as well the fatalities of our loved ones.
Now I can imagine that the attempt is to reach as many people as possible. This exercise cannot come cheap. What sponsors do you have under the belt, and how can people that look to support you get involved in this process?
We're actually having a gala dinner, a fundraising gala dinner that we're hosting on the 23rd of November, which is a fundraising gala dinner directly intending to raise funds. So we're appealing to various corporates that would be having budgets with regards to CSI projects, and for them to come on board and assist us, because of course this is going to be a countrywide initiative that we're going to be rolling out, throughout the country with various projects that we're going to be outlining. So we're looking at getting sponsorships from corporates, from businesses, as well as government as well, because of course we need platforms for us to be able to bring in testing. We want to be bringing testing to the country, and screening as well. So these are initiatives that we, of course, will involve government intervention and assistance. So we're appealing to corporates to attend our event on the 23rd of November at the Houghton Hotel. This will be a fundraising gala dinner. So those are some of the platforms whereby we're going to be, as we're launching the foundation on Tuesday, where we're going to be appealing to corporates to assist us in terms of fundraising.
I can imagine that at the end of that appeal is a big number of what you're trying to raise. What do you hope that appeal will bring in, and what will these funds be used for?
There's various projects, because there's testing that we want to bring on board, which is not here. So we want to be bringing testing for prostate cancer and other screening mechanisms that we can be able to bring to our people, especially from the disadvantaged communities. So this will require quite a large amount of resources and funding. But we want to be unrolling it for the next 12 months to be pilot projects throughout the country, but mainly focusing on disadvantaged communities. So this, of course, will require quite a large amount of funding. And, so we'll be doing testing, education programs, and awareness programs throughout the country.
Now, recently you were out in Gugulethu carrying out some advocacy work. Outside of this particular community, who else are you expecting to reach? Which other communities across the country?
We'll be doing Durban in the next 2 weeks, and then Gauteng also in the next 2 weeks. And then thereafter, we're going to roll out in the other provinces, which is Mpumalanga, Northwest, and the other provinces. So because these are many projects, we be, of course, involving the local community and also local businesses as well, so that they can also be able to assist with some of the projects that we're outlining in those communities. So we will be having programs. I think all the information should be on our website on the mini projects which we'll be having in the next 6 months.
Is your outreach and support limited to advocacy, or will you assist individuals that actually have cancer? So within the process, if you create awareness, people come to you and they get tested and you discover that they have cancer, stage 1, stage 2, or whatever at the stage, will you be in a position to assist these individuals?
Yes, that's what that's the reason why we want to create an awareness and actually have funding, because you want to provide a platform whereby after the discovery of the fact that a person has been diagnosed with cancer, we're able to direct them to the proper oncologist or physicians or specialists, so that they can be able to get further assistance. And of course, I mean, this involves psychologists as well and a family support. So we want to be able to create that platform so that people can be able to have a support structure within the Songezo Foundation platform, so that they're able to have the entire support from diagnosis up until they're able to get treatments, and also emotional support as well, because that's very important as you started the foundation. I think for me, the most important thing was the experience that I would have had with my late husband, that it's important to have an entire support while you are treating someone with cancer. And that's the main initiative of the foundation, that we take the people from beginning to end and actually create a dialogue for them to be able to talk to us through our website and our various social media platforms. So for us, it's not just going to be about awareness, but also a continuous support, whereby we're looking at getting various specialists and associations on board to assist us with the process.
Humile, you talk about support, and one of the key aspects of support certainly is around mental wellness. And we know that the mental well-being of individuals that either have cancer or around their families who are expected to support them is an issue. Just walk us through certainly your journey, how you coped, and what are some of the lessons that you've learned that you will be imparting on the many people that you'll be associating with over the next few months?
Yeah, I guess, cancer is a very, I think it's one disease that can be very complicated. And, a person that is affected with cancer goes through so many changes, their ups and downs. And the mental illness is so imperative. And I didn't realize it up until it was probably towards the end of Songezo's life that I realized that even on myself as well, it can take a toll on the person that is taking care of the patient. So it's important to have support. I would have had doctors and nurses and psychologists coming through to the house and to support me and my husband. And, not everyone can be able to support, can be able to afford that sort of structure. So I realized, from my experience and having to go through all that, me physically, also because it's physically draining as well on my side, and mentally as well. And as the person as well progresses into the late stages of cancer, that also can take a toll on one. So it's important that we bring aboard, psychologists, doctors and nurses, because of course you want people to be around you and your family to take you through the process. I think on my side, I would have had a great family as well. Both my in-laws and my family, they were extremely supportive, together with Songezo's friends through the entire process. And it was not an easy one because it's not something that we had anticipated to happen. We were very hopeful, actually, that he will get better. So having to see him deteriorate, and actually we thought, goodness, this is, it was a bit unbearable. However, with the support that we all had in terms of family, encouraging one another, that support is very important as you go through the process of taking care of a person with cancer. So that's the reason why we thought, we need to be able to provide that support for everyone through the foundation.
Now, very quickly, Humile, before we let you go, do you have a contact number or contact email for those that would like to reach out, certainly in cash or kind, to assist in this cause?
Yes, there is an email address that you can be able to send all the emails to, and also provide support and donations at info@songezo.foundation.co.za.
Humile, thank you so much for your time this morning, and certainly wish you all the best in that venture. Humile Mjongile, founder and spokesperson of the Songezo Mjongile Foundation, speaking to us about the launch of that foundation and certainly the amount of work that's going into it and what you as an individual can do to support the cause.